Thousands of flights delayed and canceled this weekend. Airlines blaming it on a pilot shortage and high demand for travel. So when can we expect this to go back to normal? Joining me now to talk about
airlines still struggling to keep up with post-pandemic record-breaking demand.
And now we have the makings of a travel nightmare.
This morning, holiday air travel in full swing. Airlines canceling more than 400 flights nationwide this morning. That's after canceling nearly 600 flights and delaying almost 7,600 on Friday.
Hope they are on time.
14,000 flights have been canceled or delayed. Here at Newark, 40 flights have been grounded already just this morning. This as airports across the country are desperate to get back on schedule.
Hey guys, welcome. I'm going to read a script because I want to make sure I deliver all the information to you, so I'm going to do my best at that. I'm just getting started on this stuff, so here goes. If this is the first time to your channel, welcome. This is primarily a sailing channel as I'm preparing to circumnavigate the globe. However, this video is about the current airline debacle as I experienced it coming from Istanbul, Turkey to Colorado Springs, Colorado. Fortunately or unfortunately, I decided to video record my trip back. This vlog puts in human terms the terrible conditions of the airline industry now and the foreseeable future. Beware if you're planning on flying. Enjoy my painful drama. Subscribers, welcome home as you traverse the world with me. This video is near real time. Towards the end of the video, I'll explain what to expect going forward with the channel, the boat, and travel. You've missed a lot, and I'm going to give you an inkling of what's to come. Airline travelers, also towards the end of the video, I'll go over 18 real and raw tips for traveling now, direct from a straight shooting flight attendant. Send the kids out of the room. After my debacle, I'm in total agreement with the recommendations. If the experience gets to be too much for you, feel free to advance to the outro as I've marked it for you. It's a long video, a long 2 days of my life. And as always, I'm working hard to bring these to you. My payment is your thumbs up and your subscription. And don't forget to hit the bell for future video notifications. I can say it. Furthermore, give me your opinions, your suggestions, or just say hi in the comment sections if you haven't done that yet. I'd love to hear from you. I hope you get a lot out of the video. It does some good for you, and I hope you enjoy all the drama. Take care. Integrity is a 45-foot catamaran that will be fully renovated for a 10-year global circumnavigation. Join me virtually and or actually as I transverse the globe. Look at the hair. Oh my god. Okay. It's 4:30 a.m. 20 minutes from the Istanbul, Turkey airport. About 9 hours ahead of Colorado time, where I live, which is, do the math, 4 a.m., 8 p.m., 7 p.m. So we're going to call it 7 p.m. Colorado time. Day one, we're going to show you what traveling can actually be like. That's morning prayer. Turn around. Stick this out the window as I'm almost ready to walk out the door here. I just had like the nightmare from hell last night in a hotel. One of the worst hotels I've ever had in my life. That's a whole story in itself. The objective right now is just to get it. I'm walking out the door and going to the airport. We'll tell that story later. Here we go. As with life, sometimes you got to just look for the beauty amongst all the chaos. Morning prayer is just completed. It's 4:36 a.m. here, 7:36 p.m. Colorado time, and just coming down to the car. Morning prayer just ended. This is on the Black Sea. If you listen quietly, I'm sure you can hear the water. I'm not actually sure, but maybe you can. Sunrise. In the distance, the little town. Now, that's going to be it for me. I got to get my butt to the airport. Even a moment of beauty is pretty cool. Well, I didn't expect this. All right, I think it's about 5:10 a.m. Haven't had my coffee yet. This is step 2, it's returning the car. First thing he says, where's the car paper? I've got 30 hours, look at me, this is gonna be bad. All right, after missing my plane, where did I miss my plane from? US to Athens. I now have PTSD. I've noticed when I get in airports, I just freak out. So this is pretty together here. Interesting that the only thing I'm finding in international is Turkish Airlines. I don't know if they're the only one flying in and out of country, but the whole terminal is all that. Waiting here for bag drop. Not really late, so hopefully we're all in good shape. And we'll continue from here. Finally got the bag checked, now I'm in passport. All right, the passport was pretty easy. Sometimes it could take an hour or so checking in or out of the country. They had an initial security coming into the airport, but it was pretty quick. So apparently we have a secondary security that I'm now going through. Smile. This happens too, so you got to plan these things when you're going through security control. So there's security on the other side of it now. They pulled my bag, and I have utensils, eating utensils that I carry, and I've had my basic knife taken multiple times, which makes sense. So now I've got plastic knives in there so they don't do that. This is the first time they've actually extracted my fork from me. So she said that it's a big problem taking a fork to the United States. And I've traveled many times, and they pulled that utensil bag out with my utensils, and they pulled my knives a couple times, so I got smart and just got a plastic one, but they've never pulled my fork. So she's not correct about that, but she was funny and we had fun about it. We joked, and I called her my fork thief, and she asked me what the camera was for, and I told her she's now officially on YouTube as a fork thief. All right, 6:30 in the morning, been up for 2.5 hours. First cup of coffee. Just paid 78 lira for it. Now, if I wasn't in the airport, I could have got it for, well, depending on where you're at. Usually you get it for free from all the places I stay. But otherwise, definitely 10, 20, 30 lira most. Anyways, Interestingly, here when you go to the gates, I noticed when I came in, there are no vendors, so you can't get a cup of coffee or something to eat or anything else while you're waiting for your plane there. You've got to do it after you've cleared security, but before you've gone to the gate, which of course seems concerning because you want to be near your gate if you know what's going on. But I have a cup of coffee, I got extra time, and that's where I'm at. All right, plane number one. I think this one's actually on schedule. I got on here earlier than I ever have been. Not very few people here. Usually I'm the last one on board, but I've already got notification that the plane from Athens to Atlanta is delayed by 2 hours, which means it probably blows up my Atlanta connection. We'll just see how that goes. I'll have to sort that out when I get in Athens. But all right, flight one is completed. Now we're in passport control at Athens. Okay, now baggage claim. Got to pick up the bags, and then I got to turn around and go back to start from the beginning of the airport for the ride from Athens to Atlanta. Got to figure that all out and how it's going to work. To a gate, I ran the whole airport because my previous flight was late, or my second leg of flight to Atlanta was going to be 2 hours late. It was going to blow up my third leg from Atlanta to Denver. So we tried to solve that. We came down to the solution that I had to run to a gate for a plane that leaves in 30 minutes, and I was going to Paris. Now, I wasn't clear I was going from Paris to Atlanta. That's what she insinuated. I ran to a second person to give him my baggage and said, "You're going to Paris?" And I go, "Yeah, but am I going to Atlanta?" She didn't really say yes or no, but I had no time to argue or further inquire. So I had to kind of have faith, and I ran all the way here, and it looks like we're at the place. I've gone through the paperwork and talked to an attendant here. They actually put me on a different airline, and when I went through the paperwork, they've checked me in Paris from this airline to another airline, but I've got 40 minutes to transition from one to the next, and I've got to clear passport, re-enter, get my bags, check my bags. In other words, there's no way in hell, and they didn't give me a boarding pass to do it with. So I'm going to Paris for some unknown reason, and then I'm stuck there, and then I get to solve the problem all over again. They just completely screwed me. All right, sitting here on the plane for the next connect to Paris, talking to the people behind me. They had the same situation, but their baggage got checked through to their final destination. I know for sure mine is not. So I was getting a little hopeful there where they're saying we didn't need to go through customs, and which makes sense. You don't have to pick up your baggage, and if I just abandon mine and assume I can work through getting it home someday, that I could actually catch the next plane. But we got a 40-minute transfer, and we're now 45 minutes late departing. We're still sitting on a tarmac, so the saga continues. All right, flight 2 done. Looking for flight 3, supposed to leave in just a few minutes. Highly unlikely I'll get it. Running across the Paris airport. It's freaking big. I'm not running, I'm walking. So just another flight. Here we go. Holy crap. Can't even get through anywhere. Jesus. This is the mess I'm dealing with. This is absolutely insane. This is worse than Christmas. All right, just got done talking with a special ticket agent guy. He got me on a plane, Jesus, an hour and a half from now, something. Anyways, arriving in Atlanta 7 p.m. My flight out of Atlanta is 9:39 p.m., but everything coming out of here is about an hour delayed, so who knows? They've also transferred my bag automatically to the plane, but I don't know if it ever got on the last plane because it was a 30-minute rush, and who knows? Anyways, he was cool. He's gonna subscribe to the channel, so that'll be awesome, and hopefully I make it home tonight. We'll see what happens. Security line again for flight number 3. All right, following instructions. Here I am at passport control again. I don't remember checking in this country. I don't know why I'm checking out, but that's how it goes, traveling. Another airport run in Paris. I see my gate. They say the thing's running late. I'm supposed to close the gate right this minute. Uh-oh, I didn't look good. And I see a plane there, so we'll see what happens. Good news, bad news. Flight's delayed, so I didn't miss it. Bad news is it's delayed for an hour and a half, so that severely impacts the probability of catching my Atlanta flight. But I guess like life, you have to take it one step at a time, and eventually we'll make it. See what happens.
We're just frustrated. They're just as frustrated as you are. Maybe not quite as much as you are, but the mechanics on it, and 510 was, 550, 50. No, that's not gonna happen. So,
Ladies and gentlemen, do you know how to stay into the dreams? At the gate 826 for passenger to destination Atlanta for Delta. You're going to
right now, 8 o'clock is our estimated as a possibility. I'm just looking honest with you. If we don't go by 8 o'clock, then we need some really tight schedules. FAA regulations, duty time. So if we don't go 8 o'clock, if that comes and goes, then there's a chance that this one tonight we can finish. But don't go anywhere. We're trying to get this out. I know they're confident. I talk to the mechanics, and I don't even know what they're saying. They're calling ahead, and they're pulling out their computers, and they're taking parts off their airplanes and putting them on this to see if that's a problem. They just not have figured it out yet. So I think 8 o'clock, what we're looking at is our, what does that mean for the second one? He said about 15, 20 minutes.
All right, 7:30 p.m. For a flight. They just announced they're going to start boarding, so we'll probably be out of here at 8-ish, assuming that they actually have solved the problem. If they were to leave right now, we'd be 4 hours behind schedule. That puts me in there after my scheduled flight from Atlanta to Denver. My scheduled flight from Atlanta to Denver is with Frontier Airlines, not Delta, which means Delta takes no responsibility for that. And I've checked, I'm not going to get any benefit out of that. The only thing I can do is reschedule and repay. So looks like another $300 to get from Denver to, from Atlanta to Denver. And it looks like the first available is 7 a.m. So By the time we get there, clear customs, get my bags, get everything straightened out, it's probably going to be around midnight, so it makes no sense to go anywhere. So looks like it's going to be my first experience sleeping overnight in the airport. So we're sitting on the plane getting, this is flight number 3. We're sitting on a plane getting ready to take off. Talking to this gentleman next to me. He's got pretty much the same story I do. I'm sure the whole damn plane has this story. There was a strike, and I guess it's going to go hard tomorrow, which means the time we set on the tarmac was nothing today. Starting tomorrow, it's probably impossible to fly Delta or this area. So we're just making it, hopefully. But I just did a calculation, maybe 40 hours to the time I hit the front door of my place. And I'm sure everybody else is having a similar. So I don't know what time it is. What time you got?
It's 8:20.
8:20 here in Paris.
Yeah.
I haven't been here for, God, I think it's been 20 years. Too bad I couldn't see something. They just completed an announcement that they hadn't fully fixed the problem. So we're not 100% sure what's going on now. There we go. All right, I'm a baggage claim now. We have completed the 3rd leg of this flight. I passed through passport control, I think for the 4th time. They wouldn't let me take photos there, so getting ready to pick up baggage. I know the bathroom, it's been a while. It's 12:30 a.m. here on, where the heck am I? Atlanta. That would be 10:30 p.m. in Colorado. 6:30 a.m. tomorrow in Paris, and I think that was an hour ahead. So it's either 5:30 a.m. or 7:30 a.m. in Istanbul, where I started all this. So we're well over 24 hours now. As I assumed, with all the insanity, my bag didn't make it. So now heading to customs. 2 a.m. local time. Now it's a shuttle from the international to domestic. Might not have to worry about sleeping on a bench. There won't be any time. All right, 3 a.m. This would be NEM's, Starbucks. This is the main area of shops apparently here at Atlanta. I can't check in for the flight yet. Probably needs to be 3 hours before, even though I'm not checking a bag. There's nothing open, nowhere to go, can't get through security. Looks like I'm stuck probably for the next hour. That'd be 3 hours prior to flight. All right, the app wasn't allowing me to check in, so I waited till 3 hours before the flight, which was an hour and a half wait. Checked again, still isn't working. Checked with an agent at the kiosk. We tried to do it at the kiosk, wasn't working. Now I get to see an agent. So, step 96. There's a nice little letter from Frontier I received a few minutes ago after not being able to check in anywhere, going to the agent, and of course they knew right off that the flight had been canceled. So the application and the kiosk and the front agent were worthless. One of the things they do is give me a $300 voucher towards a flight of my choice to the best flight I could get today was $400. That's now at 1:30 in the afternoon. It's currently 4:30 in the morning. So I'm redelayed, and it's costing me more money. Every airport, more delays. Every airport's costing me more money. Now I think I'm locked out of the airport because I can't get through security because I don't have a boarding pass because it's too early. Maybe I can. I'll look. I really don't know anymore. It's getting ridiculous. They've stripped me of my luggage. 30 hours of time so far, and I'm stuck in Atlanta. We'll see what happens. All right, just got confirmation. If I go into the terminal, there's places to eat and hang out. I got 8 hours before flight. This is going to be security checkpoint. I have no frickin' idea number. I'm completely lost anymore. Okay, a little bit after noon here in Atlanta. I've been here for almost 12 hours. Flight starts boarding in about an hour. I've got a seat confirmation, which means it's probably going to go. So there's a high likelihood I'm going to make it home today. It looks like it's going to be nearly 48 hours on the road in order to accomplish that. A lot of activity here today. Believe me, 12 hours ago, there wasn't a soul here. It was just me, lonely me, walking these halls. The place is exploding now. And what do we got behind us here? I guess it doesn't show it very well. Having a hamburger from there before I leave. I'd eat something. So I should be on the plane. It's going to be about 3.5 hours. It gets me home at Denver at 3 p.m. Denver time. Then there's my daughter's going to pick me up. It's going to be an hour and a half ride. When I get there, I'll have to got to remember to put in a request to compensate or get my bag to me, which I didn't get. So we'll go from there. Still waiting Atlanta to Denver flight. Now we're awaiting lightning strikes. All right, 4 p.m. local time here in Denver. I made it. Just got off the plane. It arrived, I don't know when it arrived in relationship to when it should be here. But it departed an hour late due to a thunderstorm in the area. But I am here. My daughter's on the way. Now I'm going to the baggage claim services for Denver and make a claim on the bag I lost somewhere after Athens. Where did I go? Paris. And then Atlanta. So I didn't get on the plane in Athens or didn't get on the plane in Paris. We'll find out. About 4:30 p.m. my claim's in, and unless I'm mistaken, that's my ride.
Happy birthday to me. I get my daddy after driving on July 4th weekend holiday traffic to Denver to get you. You're welcome. I love you. Get in. Let's go.
Smile.
Hi.
All right, it's 6:01. I don't look nearly as bad as I feel. So if you do the math, when I left, the time difference between Istanbul and here in Colorado is 9 hours, and I left at 4:30 in the morning. So if you, and it's advanced, it's 9 hours ahead in Istanbul. So if you back that up, I essentially left Colorado time at 7:30 p.m. Now that was not 7:30 p.m. yesterday. It would be actually 7:30 p.m. the day before. And since it's now 6 p.m., I'm 1.5 hours short of 48 hours on the road. So yeah, that sucked. Okay, I've been thinking about making this video for days, maybe even a couple weeks. I made it to I made it to Delphi, and then I stopped the videos. And what I realized was that it's going to be a hell of a lot of work to make professional videos, and unless they're professional, I don't think people are going to be that interested. So I've been collecting information, pictures, videos, all of it since Delphi, which was, God only knows, let's call it almost 5 weeks ago. I've also realized that most people, that's so appropriate, that's cool. That's the, it sounds like the evening prayer call. Is going off here in a minute, or is going off now. Anyways, the people who are doing professional videos, who I really respect now after doing a lot of this traveling and understanding what it's really going to take, are usually running about 30 days behind. So that if they stumble or there are things going on in their life, they don't have a set schedule that week they have to have everything out on Friday. And I kind of took it upon myself to do the same thing. It just makes a lot of sense. So there's been a pause in the videos, and I'm going to be home in 2 days, a day and a half. I'm going to the airport. Going to the airport in Istanbul. I'm about 20 minutes from Istanbul. You're looking at the Black Sea right now. You missed everything in between. There is so much information to give you guys. It's going to be awesome. Also with the channel, there's going to be so many things that I'm going to be doing. I think I'll add to this video later on to explain some of those so you can understand what there is to expect coming forward, because there's a lot, and how I'm going to approach it and what my intentions are. But I just had to make the video now. I just arrived in this little city on the Black Sea. It's about 20 minutes away from the airport. I dropped my other buddy off, Jeff, at the airport. This is my last day, and about 7:40 in the morning, I'll be flying here from Istanbul to Athens, Athens to Atlanta, and then to Denver. And then my daughter will be picking me up, and we're to home. I think, without actually looking, I think that's about 30 hours in total, so it really takes something. But here, while they're making morning call from the morning mosque, which I'm not morning call, but call to prayer, evening call to prayer from the mosque, as I sit here on the Black Sea. And as I was driving in, I have to tell you, there's virtually a dog sitting in every street. I caught a little bit that. I'll probably put that in here. I think there's one down here. Hey, baby. We haven't seen a lot of dogs, especially in I won't say Istanbul, in Turkey. I haven't seen a lot of dogs here, but they're everywhere in this city, and they're all sleeping in the street, and they apparently own the place. But it's just such a quaint and cool little town. I just wanted to talk about it. So I'll add some more stuff later on, but I just wanted to put it out there. This will be real time or nearly real time. As soon as I get home, I'll get it up, so many people know what's going on. And other than that, you guys got a lot to look forward to, and I do too, because July 14th, I believe, I will be in Montana for a 2-week motorcycle ride on Harleys. So always going now, a lot to talk about. So anyways, have a good one. Bye.
All right, hello guys. This is the outro of the video. Essentially, I'm going to summarize some of the stuff that I previously said I would. I'm going to tell you the financial impact of the experience that I actually had. And I'm also going to give you some tips for traveling that came from a stewardess, or a flight attendant at least. And I thought they were right on. It's something that the commercial media and the airline companies aren't going to tell you, so you really want to pay attention to this. And finally, I'm going to give you, to the subscribers, a little bit about what's to come and where the actual channel is. So thanks for tuning in, and let's get this started. Alright guys, this is a summary of the airline debacle. I'm going to read some of this. I'm going to leave it on screen for you so you can get all the details that you may, if you're interested in any of that. I'll read some of it to you. Maybe I'll go off what we would call script, occasionally shorten this. Basically, on the way to Greece, the Delta Airlines from Orlando to Atlanta, connecting to Athens, was almost an hour and a half wait to drop a checked bag that was previously checked in on the internet. Now, once I got to the airline counter, they said that I was late because the bag had to be checked 1 hour prior to an international flight. Now, the original cost of that flight was about $950, and I was forced to purchase a second one-way flight for my missed flight to Athens, which cost me $1,800. Plus, I had to Uber back and forth to the airport. I had 2 additional hotel room nights, and I also lost money on a hotel reservation to Greece. The total for that was about $2,200 and change. Now, on the Turkey debacle, wasn't mentioned in here in the previous clips, but that plane also was 6 hours late, and I missed a booking for a dinner cruise, would cost about $40. Now, the Turkey to Greece to home and Delta Airlines, the Athens to Atlanta was delayed 2 hours, causing me a certain miss of a connector flight from Atlanta to Denver. The airline hurriedly booked me an Athens to Paris flight, making connecting Atlanta flight possible, assuming everything went right. Well, of course, it all went terribly wrong. Also, likely where my bag was lost, which I still haven't seen. Because we were 4+ hours late delayed, Delta promised free hotel accommodations in Atlanta when we finally made it there. Because there were no connections until the morning, we landed late evening. But they claimed they were filled, and I spent the night at the airport. Now, Frontier Airlines was my original flight from Atlanta to Denver, but I had to reschedule while I was stuck in Paris awaiting the plane. That reschedule fee was $122, plus my original cost of that flight was $204. Now it was about $325 invested. Frontier then canceled that flight while I was waiting overnight in the airport. It would be the Atlanta airport. Frontier gave me a promise of a mailed $300 check to be sent to me to reimburse me for the $398.60 United flight. If you figure that in, the math doesn't add up. Most flights at that time to get me home in the next 24 hours were double that and more. So obviously the airlines understands that flights are extremely expensive at the last minute, although they give you a small amount to compensate you for that. The subtotal of that loss from Frontier was $520, and I'm waiting their $300 check. The total personal loss from airline debacle was about $2,800. Also lost a room booking, now not because of the airlines, but I accidentally booked the wrong month and requested cancellation within 5 hours of the email confirmation. This was dealing with Orbitz. They sent me the confirmation. I go, oh crap, I wanted June. I got May. I don't know if it was me or the software, but nevertheless, it was an expensive 3-day hotel room for $1,100. They denied it. So that adds up to the total personal travel loss of this trip to almost $4,000. Now, fellow airline travelers, this is from a flight attendant. Now, I picked this up off of Facebook, and we thought it was very raw, real, and it was actually taken down later, so I think that she was told to take it down. Although copies have been already disseminated, and she said, please disseminate, so I don't feel bad about doing that. Anyways, flying this summer is very rough. I feel like as a flight attendant, I should attempt to share some tips to you to get you through airline travel for the foreseeable future. Foreseeable future, please note that. 1, things are not good. If it's less than 7 hours, consider driving. I'm not kidding. There's nothing enjoyable about flying right now. I will substantiate that. On any airline, if you must fly, keep reading. 2, now I'm going to summarize these. You can go back and pause the video and read any of this you'd like. Number 2 is download and use the app of the airline you are flying. Number 3, fly much earlier than you need to. Number 4, always try and fly the first flight in the morning. Number 5, a single storm can shut down a whole airport. Number 6, schedule longer layovers. Number 7, what you see in the news is an understatement. Absolutely. That's why I made this video. Number 8, when flight crews get delayed, we time out. We cannot fly longer than 15 or 16 hours. Number 9, big hub connections are rough. Number 10, be nice. As stated above, we are overworked and tired. Number 11, being drunk on an airplane is a federal offense, so don't overdo it. Number 12, buy trip insurance if you have a lot of money invested. Number 13, flights are full. If you buy the cheap seats, you'll not be able to sit with your family. Number 14, if a flight is oversold, why do you think? What do you think is the first to be bumped? You guessed it, the family that saved a few dollars by using sites like Expedia, Kayak, Hotwire, etc. Number 15, pack smart. Number 16, take showers, brush your teeth, leave the perfume off, don't eat stinky food. And also suggest take your toothbrush and other personals with you so you can brush your teeth and clean up between flights or extended layovers that you get stuck in. Number 17, bring a sweater if you tend to get cold. And finally, 18, that's not hot water on the bathroom floor. For the love of God, please wear shoes to the bathroom. Okay, so there's your promised tips. I hope they help you. I would take heed of them. Subscribers, what is coming? Greece, Meteora, where there are churches in the sky. 1 week of sailing lessons starting at Leopard, which is the west side of Greece, then flying to the southern islands of Crete for 3 days. From there, we ferry back north to the world-famous island of Santorini with beautiful landscapes. After some awesome footage from Santorini, we again ferry north to the island of Naxos, where we visit Apollo's temple. Our final ferry ride has us back in Athens, the birthplace of democracy, where we stay with a window view of the world-famous Parthenon in Acropolis. From there, we fly to Istanbul, Turkey, and begin a whole new adventure before returning home. August, we'll be sailing in the BVI. September, sailing in Tahiti. October, sailing in Belize, all while working and preparing my boat for the upcoming 10-year circumnavigation. This is my kitty. She's being very destructive right now. Anna, you wait. Okay. What was I say? Oh, that might bring a question. These sailing to these foreign countries are not my boat. So that's might get you confused and why I'm working on the boat in the background in a sense. I want you to know that I started this YouTube channel as a landing site while I figured things out. There's lots of things to figure out. I need a place for people to search when I told them about the circumnavigation. My objective is to get the channel professionally, quickly, which entails the right equipment, the right editing software, the experience with both. I hope you notice a significant difference in each video. Right now I'm rushing out to the airport for a 2-week Harley motorcycle ride in Montana. I'll be taking photos there as well. I do the best I can with each video. I probably got 24 hours in pulling this video together. There's additional stuff that I wanted to add to it. Thank God for timelines. Sometimes you got to give up and make good enough. And this is hopefully good enough is better and better each and every time. And you hopefully eventually agree to me it's very professional and you really enjoy it. In the meantime, thanks for hanging in there with me and have a great day.